Hey, ambitious friends. I am so grateful to have you all here with me today. I am so excited to get this conversation started around must-know tips before applying for grants. It can be super exciting to receive grant money or receive money to support you and your business. And so before we get into all of that, it is important to know about some key tips before getting the process started. And so I want to share that and more with you all today. And let's definitely get into it. So first things first, not all grants are going to be for you. And what I mean by that is that each grant will typically list out what are the qualifications. They will say who the grant is targeted towards. And typically, I talk about corporate grants on my channel, and they specify what community they are trying to reach. For example, if a grant says that they are looking for a woman, Black, that has owned their business for 2+ years, and you so happen to be a man that's owned their business for less than 1 year. And so what's really important is that you read those qualifications and you see, are you really qualified in meeting who they are trying to target with the grant? Secondly, and really important, is that when you apply for a grant, they potentially could run your credit. And it could be a soft pull, but it also could be a hard pull. And so with a soft pull of your credit, it will not affect your credit score, but a hard pull could negatively affect it. And so organizations sponsoring grants will pull your credit because they want to know your credit worthiness. Are you someone who pays their loans? Are you someone that is able to manage your money in a good way? And if you are a person who can deal with their finances, then they're more likely to give you a grant. They don't want to give you a bunch of money to support your business and then find out that you weren't able to maximize that money and spend it where you said you were going to spend it. And so it's really important to consider, is this grant right for me? Because my credit might be pulled, which brings me to point number 3. Reach out to the organization. They are going to leave an email or they're going to leave a phone number. There's going to be a point of contact for you to reach out to ask questions about the grant. Because again, your time is valuable. You don't want to apply for a grant that's not a good fit for you. You also want to make sure that your time is spent wisely. So reach out to that person. Ask them all the questions you have. Ask them if you potentially could be a good fit. If your business is a good fit. You ask them the important questions that you have so that you are going in prepared. It also doesn't hurt to be in contact with the person who is in charge of the grant or who's a part of the team that decides who gets the grant. It never hurts to reach out because it helps you know, are you a good fit? And it helps them have your name top of mind because you reached out. The next point that I want to address is that receiving the grant isn't the end of the relationship that you have with the organization. Ask for follow-up. They want to ensure that you are using the grant money that they awarded you in the right way, according to the specifications that they've included in the grant application. And so they might ask for your financial statements. How is your business doing now that you've received the grant? Have you been able to 2 times your business? Have you been able to truly grow it because of that grant funding? Then they might ask you the results and impact. Give me tangible, either numbers or tell us about growth in terms of how the grant has helped your business. Lessons learned. What have you learned from receiving this grant money? Future plans. Now that you have the funding that you need, what can you do next? And so they are likely going to want to follow up with you to see what you are doing with that grant money. So please don't think receiving the money is the end of the relationship. There will be continuous touch bases, most likely, so that y'all are both on the same page. The last point that I want to address, and that's really important before you apply for a grant, is knowing your why. Why did you start the business? What inspired you to do it? Did you see a gap in the market? Did you say, this is just a great business that I really want to start? Why did you start it? And then why do you need the grant money? What are you going to do with that money? And then why are you choosing that organization to request grant money from? Are they in line with your business values? Are they in line with your personal values? What made you choose that organization to apply for their grant? And so really thinking about that why behind your application will just make it 10 times better. And so these tips are really important when considering whether or not you should apply for a grant, because you are filling out that application. You are putting your business and personal information on that application. And there might be further outcomes because of you putting your information in that application. And so it's really important to see a holistic picture before you apply to grants. And please let me know if you have any questions, because I want to, again, create a community where we can support each other and give each other resources as needed. Peace, stay building, and I cannot wait to see you next time.